Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for November 1st, 2021. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com. We'll scroll down the site and we're going to look for the Zoom banner, and where it says this is where we'll click. If you'd like to be part of Cathy's SRC4u Daily Energy Clearing Group, the information and how to join is all right here. Let's enter the Zoom call. This will take us over to the Zoom banner. I will accept, so please prepare your speakers.
All right, here we are, 10 o'clock, bright and bushy on a Monday morning. Let me show you what's been happening here. Our upgrades are powerful, and many times all we have to do is hit the wonder click, but a key part, at least by my calculations, is for us to then be also aware, because remember, the healer is not the machine, you're the healer. And your brain, when you see this different information come up, you can go in and you start the process in many different ways, maybe with a change in diet or thoughts or whatever, along with a little extra energy. For example, I've gone down this list to see which of these we wanted a little additional charge for, because that charger is powerful and it might be that it's underused. So we did not want a charge, for example, in reference to this deficiencies and weaknesses. Fatty acid balance has come up a lot. It came up several times in our scan, so for those of you who may not be taking them, it looks like about 99% of us are deficient in fatty acids and need to supplement with them. You'll see in a minute. I can't recall if we needed a muscles charge or not, but as you go down, I think a couple people just came in. So again, what I'm saying is that the Wonder Click now with these upgrades is so powerful. You may find that's all you need to do, along with a few charges just to reinforce. So going down, we see some stress related to minerals, a lot of fatty acid stress, muscle stress, children's issues, knees. And again, some of this could be in reference to, for example, knees could be in reference to moving forward, kidney could be in reference to fear, organs, chemical balance, glands. There's the fatty acid again, a lot of meridian related chi flow, spleen, perhaps a little stress related to depression, heart meridian, bones, and you're going to see bones is a theme in this, gallbladder. And then you go on down and make this bigger. This was interesting. Stress over here related to vaccine. Bones and vaccines are a theme through our work today. And go down state, tight, injured area, throat chakra, stomach chakra, muscular, digestive, reproductive glands. Move this up a little bit. Few emotions here as you get to this, and there would be no reason for not tying in the Shin and Gong at this point. Let's see the amount of negativity in reference to a regression. And go ahead and douse that down and add it. You have to move that down again. Pleasant, we could always put in the Shin. So let's amp that up. And it's interesting to get the information. Remember, we're sending out electricity. having such trouble. There we go. Secretive. That may or may not be a negative or positive thing. Let's just see. They say that when you have your goals that you're setting, you don't want to be discussing those. Let's look and see which is higher, secretive. All right, look at that. That's rather interesting. Let's look at a negative thing. Okay, well, something to think about. Or words to ponder. Would lactose intolerant people go to the non-dairy queen? So we've actually just gotten a little hint in here that there is some stress reference to lactose intolerant. But that's how these words to ponder can work. Let's just look and see. Stress related to lactose intolerance. See if that's the case or if it was just a fluke. Yeah, we've got a little stress there. Let's go ahead and put that in an Gong. Over here, why is it that the uneducated minds always criticize the brilliant minds? So we might want to do a little work with ego here. Calm, displacement, attentive, resentful. Let's look at that one. And of course, we're getting the energy of this. Anything we do extra is simply our choice. And I think it empowers it. A little indication in the scan of depression, although it looks like we're coming out of that. Again, just take any of these that you'd like to see clear. Again, lethargic might not be a bad thing. There really is, I believe, no negative in that. We're on our little reality program here, our reality show called Earth. So we learn from all this. I'll put it in there. Sense of healthy priorities. All this is going into our blueprint. And headache, migraine came up quite a bit over the weekend as well. Let's just look at hate here. Now, of course, they say hate is not the opposite of love. Fear is the opposite of love. Let's go ahead. Self-deception. Remember, anytime you get any new information, they say your neurons get a little closer together too, so you go up a few notches in consciousness. And then also a lot of stress on gallbladder appeared over the weekend. So anyway, I made some progress on this new manual that is, I keep simplifying, and I think with the upgrades we have, we're going to have the information we need to really put this together in a way that gets right to the point and people don't feel the confusion they may have felt. But we know, this is something y'all know, but we know the physical world doesn't exist. And this has been, we've had this information since 40s. And what we see as matter is a result of a conscious and intelligent mind. And hopefully it's our own mind. Hopefully we haven't had that mind influence with information that doesn't benefit us. And plus, we're in the middle of this field of information that so far technology has not yet found an end to. There may be an end, but we haven't found it yet. And I like to say we're still in the Garden of Eden, but that maybe since we run so much like a software program, maybe along the line we got hacked. But anyway, what we see now that we're electrical beings, that we operate like software, and we operate like with our brain, a powerful computer. And so if things are not going the way you want, whether it's on a collective level or personal, it should be that we can improve our own electrical status and see a difference. So now with these changes, very often we can start out just with the Wonder Click, add some charges. We might want to incorporate the dowser and the Shin, and then there's all kinds of things we can incorporate with this wonderful Find Options button. For example, let's just see if there's anything here. Now that we've gotten our information, is there anything here we would like to add? Let's just look at the Find Options. And I'm Mr. Magoo. This is interesting. We don't want any of those Find Options as far as adding. And then we've got a list down here too, to incorporate the Find Options, the custom Shin and Gong, a deeper scan, general options, grab the void, preset cocktails, preset protocols, SSTT, save session, custom cocktails. That's all set up now, so we can just do a quick scan, personal options, and the session startup. So, for example, today, let me just get up here to the top. Here are the things for the charges we wanted. I went through, it doesn't take that long to test priority for Qi and see what we wanted some extra energy on just through the charger. And all these are in here. Spleen, heart meridian, bone. This was a big deal. This bone showed up a lot. Thyroid, throat chakra. And look at that vaccine, 97% benefit. And we do have, just for example, go up here to the top. There's the vaccine. And we have, here's a clear vaccine. And you can do as you want. If you're comfortable just going in and hitting the 5 minutes, that's fine. Or you can go in here and test. 1 minute. And I'll show you maybe why you would want to do that in a minute. And let's meanwhile see. Well, that's not bad just for 1 minute. And then I've just lately, because of the time element, if it goes over 70, we're just dropping the pebble in a pond. Let's just do it. But anyway, so that will happen. All that, you're familiar with that. And then we talked about a cerebral, cranial sacral cocktail. And keeping in mind, I'm no expert on this at all. After I did a little reading, I sure want to start getting some cranial sacral massages, because we see this is about the circulation of our cerebral spinal fluid, and that's controlled by our nervous system, which is why we do so often balance it. And 80% of this is produced above vertebrae C1. So here's a few codes, and we can just copy these. I want to show you how you can add this if you want to make a cocktail. So go ahead and just copy those. And here we go. It's pulled up a blank one. Just paste. Save. Yes. I have a little bit of an extra area here, so I don't confuse it with the presets. But there's our cocktail. Now we've got also some things we could add to the shin. Release dural tensions. Apparently, we're covered by this dural field, and it's crucial that stay in balance. It keeps our spine, our face is involved, for example, etc., etc. This balances the right and left hemispheres of the brain. We want to correct any posture or structural distortion. I think we mentioned before that there are people now that do the cranial sacral on the newborn, because the number of ultrasounds is amazing. I know when I work with people who are expecting, it's ultrasound after ultrasound. Improved nerve function, improved centeredness and calmness. I did not see any codes for this, but you could always just go in here . Just add the whole thing, just paste it in. Got it there. Now, I read an article, as you read these articles, you can choose to look and see if there's any codes. So I was a little naughty here. I typed this in, and there was a code. Refuse, I think I left a word out here, to be involved in the diabolical plan to stick a needle into 8 billion arms, delivering an experimental genetic treatment whose documented effects have been catastrophic. And so if you want to use that for yourself, use it. I'm not going to use it for the group. Not everybody believes this, but this doesn't sound too bad right here. Out of the chaos shall come a new way forward that will recognize the end of many old ways that still persist. Well, let's just see how we look as a group with that. We need a little encouragement there, perhaps. We could take that out. See, do we want a charge of this code at this moment in time? No. Or would this be one we could do a little repetition of? I don't like that term chant, but some of you may remember that I got an email from a guy from India that says they take these codes and repeat them. Now, again, that doesn't seem to be a priority We just add that in. And look at this, after what we've done, we do not want out of that list, we don't need anything more today on that. As you can see, the WonderClick and the charges will take care of it. We did ask, here's our Pro Tools, the mediator. I want to show you, I've been working for quite a while now. I'm taking it slow. We finally have gotten up. I think we started at a level of 10. We're down to a 6. This is to clear. This was a quote by Norman Cousins, who I'm not sure what the illness was he had, but he cleared it by getting a bunch of funny movies and laughing. And if we can keep our sense of humor, which I know we can, but this is what his quote was, and so we put in the pro to clear it. We are becoming a nation of sissies and hypochondriacs, a self-medicating society, easily intimidated by pain and prone to panic. We understand almost nothing about the essential robustness of the human body or its ability to meet the challenge of illness. So we've gotten up to down to 6. Let's go ahead and I find it interesting if you do this slowly. Let's go down now through our field. And we'll come back to that. Let it tell us what we need. Emotions panel. And we've dealt with some of the emotions in the Shen and Gong. Let's just see what happens when we do all that stuff. These are some of the things we're working on. This curse comes up often, and it really does look like what they refer to in quantum as curse is our programmed in beliefs, which could come even from the moment of conception, from our generations, or from other sources. But you see that. All items on my list. Spine has been referenced quite a bit. Let's just look at something here. Priority for Qi, next, focus, time. Hotness is, I like to see a 70 or higher. Let's get bones. Yeah, it looks like we'll go in and do a little bit of work in what the message is for us in reference to bones. This synchronization, in reference to when you're really in the flow, you seem to get the information you need when you need it. Adrenals, so you could go in again. Priority, adrenal charge. Note, or cocktail. Nope, so this will take care of it at this moment in time. And let's just go down. I don't know, just fix it. Bladder and Western pathogens. So let's see, 13 hours. Then we've got the prayer warrior. And we're wanting several of those. Six hours. do a couple at this point. And this is a great one to add a cocktail to. And just do an accepting abundance. And just leave that on for a while. And that is, they say, what we're in the middle of, the recharger. And since let's just go back here. We saw organs mentioned. You can go in, if you have the Pro Tools, just do a little quick find options, recharge, organs, generate, and let's see if that's even a priority. Nope, not. So you can go in, let's just for starters. Balance. I think our energy's looking pretty good today, especially for a Monday. And then the sustenance balancer. And I did do a find options on that one. I've got mine set up with a lot of nutritional issues, and that's all that came up today. Let me make that a little larger. I don't know what everybody else does with this. It's not necessary to do this, but it's interesting to do it, to give yourself an idea. And every now and then, this information is as powerful as actually taking it. Not always. You have to test that. But if you don't want to fool with that, we did ask, let me just get back here a minute. All that stuff, you see our number here, that's what we're asking to set it at. And just look at, for the yang side, liver meridians, calves, dermatome. And for the yin side, tonsils of all things, and dermatome. Fingers, left side of body, arms, knees. Knees has been mentioned a couple times, legs. Let's go ahead and balance that. You might want to see, we did do quite a bit of mentioning of the energy flow. And I think we're looking really good today. Nope, we're good there. The Wonder Click is taking care of it. Let's do automatic. And this sustenance that how they say it, sustenance balancer. You can also put your intention statements through. You can put many of these Grabavoy through and go through. If it's something you're really working on, go through each of these, doing all that stuff, all that water, all that food, go on down. And if it's your intention, that's not going to hurt anything to really reinforce it that way. And I think, well, now with everything loaded up, I'm going to take a moment for the QiGong to focus. I'm not going to add any intuitive since we have such a long list. We can see if there's anything we want to focus on before. Looks like the Wonder Click will do it. Let's look at this new cocktail we have and see. Same thing, we'll take a Wonder Click. Okay, so and again, look, fungus, another, issue that can come up quite a bit in our scans, all etheric. Muscles. This amino acid balance also coming up. So, or any of you are noticing that in your scan, psychic attack, all impacting the cranial sacral balance. And so you have an idea. So anything to add? Anybody? Any thoughts here?
I wanted to say I tried that release dural tension to the cranial vault.
Yeah.
Did it on my brother. He was 15. I did it on me, 125.
Whoa, and you did that in the timeline.
Yes.
That is terrific, that timeline, the way we can use it.
So maybe they had better birthing.
Well, it's hard to say because it really does look, I am going to get myself lined up for that, the cranial sacral once in a while. What did you put in there?
I put release dural tension related to the cranial vault that you have in yours. And
Okay.
I put it in the timeline for all times. I'm on inherited right now. It's 120.
All right. Let's just see for the group. Yeah, well, we'll take it too. So that's another, you don't have to go with your Pro Tool selector when you get a hit or an inspiration to add something. Thank you. Thank you. So it looks like, let me see if I got that. This one, sometimes when you add the list, you have to do it 1 minute first, and then it should come back and let us go longer. Look at our. We'll see if that's going to be the case this time.
Cathy, do you ever think sometimes we take more because we're more receptive to this?
I think it's really very possible. And again, at least to me, it's all information too. So if you see this very high number, then you want to do more with it. And it's interesting because apparently, yeah, that's interesting. That's not going to let me add that way today. Usually it does. Let's see if it'll let me. There we go. Okay, it looks like we're set. Anything else?
No.
I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you.
Take it easy, everybody.
Have a great day, everybody.
This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call for November 1st, 2021. Thank you for attending. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.